Hey, welcome back. And Art Smart, Art makes you smart, happy, dare I say holy. We explore the sacred beauty and joy of art in our life. Tonight is going to be our birthday show and our comedy mix. So let's start out what was funny for March. Well, you know, sometimes you got that little bag of garbage you got to take out to the dumpster. Can't go down the garbage disposal, like chicken bones and lamb chop bones and eggshells. So yeah, I put it in a little plastic bag, tied it in a nice tight knot. Still sometimes it stinks. But I put it on the hood of the car, like passenger side, out to the dumpster on my way to do errands or go to the store, whatever I need to do. And this day, I've said this before, I like to roll down my windows so the air is blowing through. And I come upon my neighbor, and she's walking her dog, and she says to me, "Oh, do you know you've got something on the hood of your car?" I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, not too much later, I'm doing the same thing, and I'm just pulling out of my parking space, and I got my little bag of garbage on top of the car, and all ready to go, you know, right in front of me where I can see it. And this man is walking the sidewalk, and he hollers, "Oh, ma'am, do you know you've got a bag of something on the hood of your car?" And I'm thinking, what is this? You know? Is it the hair color? I'm thinking, because like, if it was on top of the car, like I've done that before, right over on the very top of the car, over the driver's seat, where you can't see it, you know? And like your coffee you just bought at the convenience store, and you were moving around and you forgot it was up there. You thought you already put it in the car, and you start to drive and it goes poof, right over, and then it's spilling. And maybe you're gonna see that, but who knows? Anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking it's the hair color, because I don't know, or maybe it speaks to their hair color, or you know, I don't know. It was very obvious that, you know, that I could see I had something on the front of my car, ready to take it out. Hair color, you know, it brings a lot of that humiliation. You know, sometimes men, they'll think, it torches their ego, and they think, oh, you know, and they talk to me like, oh, you're gonna go out with me, you know? Like, no, not my type. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure a lot of you ladies, no matter what your hair color, you get that. But I think in the blonde hair, yeah, it's a plenty cause of humiliation. Just to let you know. Anyway. Oh, and then right after these episodes, I'm listening to a podcast, and this gentleman, he's like a doctor, and he's a spiritual doctor, and he's talking about our souls, and when you see the trash, you know you need to take it out, throw it in the dumpster. You know, you got to go to confession and get it off, get it out, so that you can carry on and be in a state of grace, especially if it's really bad. Improve, you know, your relationship with the Lord. So, anyway, I thought that was very funny, very timely. And I needed to go to confession anyway. It was like a reminder, like, figure it out. Where are you going to go? When are you going to go? What time is it? You know, you got to plan it. You got to schedule it in. You have to be prudent, at least, about getting to the sacrament of reconciliation. All right, and that's about what's funny. I'm still seeing all these metallic cars in their orange and red colors, copper colors. Some of them are pastel, which is really fun. Like getting ready for the Easter Bunny, you know. And I'm seeing a lot of red and white. Like I talked earlier about, this year is going to be dedicated to the martyrs, the red and white martyrs. Either you're a martyr by blood or you're a martyr with those humiliations and such. Anyway, and I'm seeing so much of that. Lots of red, lots of white. Not so much as blue, you know, celebrating our nation's 250th birthday. But it's fun. Occasionally I see a bright green one. And that's always fun, especially this month for March. And, I saw a really bright orange, older Corvette the other day. And I'll be pulling into these parking lots, do some shopping or whatever, and here they are. Here's a couple cars, red and orange. You know, it's all I see. And to park my little red sports car. Nature sightings. I saw a lone wild boar with his snout in the dirt and having a great time. And then I saw one bald eagle, which was really sweet. You know, driving back from Mass, I think it was. And he was soaring above. Made me think of God carrying us on eagle's wings. What else? Oh, beautiful birds in the wildlife refuge. Roseate spoonbills and white herons and great egrets. And blackbirds. Check out IAM Nancy the Nature Girl for those. Those are super fun. That's all I have for you for what was fun and funny and awesome nature sightings. So let's get to our birthdays. All right, I have for you a piece with those coconut cream pie. Sweet. Check out the other videos coming up. We have beautiful African saints and African artists. All right. Okay, happy birthday. On the 1st, I have Dinah and Frederick. On the 2nd, Eva and Lynn and Ginny and Spencer. On the 3rd, Kira and Catherine, Grant and Gabriel. On the 4th, Suzette and Tay. On the 5th, Marin and Oliver. On the 6th, Terry and Keith. The 7th, Paige, Allison, and Dan. The 8th, I have Mary. The 9th, Mary Beth and Victoria. On the 10th, Ken. On the 11th, Teresa and Melanie, Maria, Michael, and Paul. On the 12th, Serafina, Theo, and Gregory. On the 13th, Patrick and Fernando. 14th, Beth and Paul. 15th, Carolyn, another Beth and Mike. On the 16th, Trip. On the 17th, Julio and Patrick, of course. And the 18th, Jose. Patrick is surrounded by the Spanish. And the 19th, Thad. The 20th, Brian. The 21st, Gabby and Robert and John. The 22nd, Fiona and Pamela. On the 23rd, Jan, William and Mike. On the 24th, Kathy. 25th, Michael. 26th, Bruce. And on the 27th, Chuck, Rick. 28th, Patricia. 29th, Taylor and Jean-Luc. And the 30th, Denise and Salvatore. And the 31st, Amy. Happy birthday, March baby! Okay, let's say a wish and say a prayer. Remember to like and share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.